I thought the other side was amazing, but actually this side is even more beautiful. It's incredible. Welcome to episode, don't know, it's 7:30 a.m. I am in a uni and I am in a long queue for petrol. I can just about see the petrol station on the horizon. Bit of an exaggeration. It's about 500 meters away. There are about 1 million cars. But I asked yesterday and they said that they're not even getting a delivery of petrol until 10 o'clock, 2.5 hours. Then how long is it going to take to help all these people out? I could be here for a long time. So I walked the length of the queue and yeah, it really was a long queue. 2 columns of trucks, cars, taxis, absolutely everything. Yeah, confirmed. Long queue. It's almost 10 o'clock and I have actually moved on a little bit. I think some people have given up, which seems weird because I spoke to a guy in the queue just in front and he said it's like this every day. So if you join the queue, you know you're going to be here for a while. He thought we're going to be here for another 4 or 5 hours. I've already cleaned my chain, oiled my chain, listened to a podcast, had breakfast, wandered around a bit. Running out of things to do now. There's loads more people queued up behind me now. It's a lovely day. Morning now. Today's going to be an interesting day. After waiting 6 hours in a uni for petrol yesterday, there was no way I had time to get to the border with Chile, which was my plan. So I came just an hour and a half to San Cristobal here, queued up another hour and a half to just top myself up with petrol. Really top myself up because it's about 2 hours to the border now. And then it's about 2 hours in Chile to Calama, the biggest town, the first town. And that's in total from here about 340 kilometers. And the range on my bike isn't too far off that. In the mountains and with the thin air, my fuel economy is way down. So I can only do about 16 kilometers per litre. It's going to be tight. And once I left this last town before the border, it was quite a beautiful drive actually. Volcanoes started appearing all around. There was barely any traffic on the road at all. And the road was absolutely perfect. It had clearly been pretty recently laid. Well, the road was perfect until it very suddenly wasn't there at all. Clearly they hadn't finished the road and it wasn't even drivable on. I had ignored a couple of signs a few hundred meters earlier that said that there was a diversion onto this track, but the road looked so perfect ahead of me, I basically ignored it. But at this point I really did have to turn around, and then I had to go slowly back looking for a way to get back onto the track. Finally I did see a spot where I could cross over, but it was incredibly sandy. Obviously no one was actually supposed to drive that way, so I did get stuck and stalled for a moment. But once onto the track, I was able to carry on in relative ease. I am really in the middle of nowhere. There is absolutely no sign of life apart from me and the road. It's a rough road. It was great for a while, and then this bit looks good, right? Yeah, that lasts for 50 meters and then it changes to not such good stuff, and then every now and again there's just sand, so I can't go really fast. I've got to keep going carefully just in case. But it's incredible here. If you can see the volcano in the background, it's actually active. Bit of smoke coming out the top. I did actually check, and smoke from a volcano doesn't necessarily mean it's active. It just is smoking. It doesn't mean it's going to erupt anytime soon, unfortunately. Is this the most spectacular border crossing around? I think it might be. Incredible. I think the good road means I'm in Chile. Finally crossed the border. I am in Chile. It only took about 2.5 hours from getting to the border point in Bolivia. Most of the time was actually waiting for the Chilean customs and immigration stuff to open. Once it opened, it was really quick. And so I've just gone past the town. You can just see it over there. Tiny town where the border is, and I am in the most I thought the other side was amazing, but actually this side is even more beautiful. It's incredible. I don't think I've ever seen so many volcanoes all in one area just around me. Then we passed salt flats. Incredibly, there was a train track going across those salt flats. And then after the volcanoes, there was a long stretch as I descended down from the Andes. Staying in Calama was not particularly eventful. I got my oil changed there and the chain cleaned up. And then the following day, I descended yet further from Calama through the valleys down towards the Pacific Ocean. I think I know what I'm doing. Let's go.